January 23, 2021. In dreams, I was in a place where, before me, I saw how they were building with heavy equipment machines. They threw concrete on the ground and many workers spread it to make a street. As I watched this, and the workers, I soon realized that one of the workers was former President Trump. And I saw how he, with a shovel, also worked on this. Others came after him, whipping him to advance. This one, from time to time, would stop and say, "Religion and state together." And cried. And then he said, "Economy and freedom of conscience, all down. Misery has arrived." And he cried again. That's how I saw him go through that long road that was built quickly with only cement material, because I didn't see that they put rod or molding, they just threw the cement and like this it stayed porous or out of square, but that was not important to them according to what I saw, but the important thing was to advance. The scene changed. And I saw many parents oppressed by their children's subjects. These were forced to give their children lessons that were not important in the spiritual ambit and even dangerous, for the spiritual ambit, but that was what was required by law. And they cried, but they had to if they didn't want their children to be taken from them. In these cities, where this happened, there was chaos everywhere, but at the same time, the law oppressed parents with school-age children. Then I was told, all this happens because of disobedience, procrastination, and presumption. The scene changed and I saw huge baskets of books and among them I saw Bibles. I saw how the parents grabbed all the books, but no one took the Bibles. When they finished picking, only the Bibles were left there. Then I was told, rejected among all, this is the one that carries the real education. It's writing, it's reading, it's mathematics, it's real science and history, and its translation of language and its real understanding will make wise for this life, and the imminent future life, to everyone who reads it and internalizes it. But, there it lies, discarded by those who claim to be God's people. I was then taken to a church. And there, what was endorsed was also conventional education. And they all walked in that direction, like non-thinking entities. The protocol, within this, created fools and merciless people, far from the truth and close to greed. There I saw a couple, a married couple who, in order to advance in their spiritual life, had to get out of it and go very far to be able to nourish themselves, but were very sad because their son, already young, did not want to leave that bewitching protocol. The scene changed. And I went to a group of parents with children. From what I saw, I recognized that they were homeschooling parents. I was told, talk to them. I stood in front of them and began to talk about the book of books and the importance of their children being educated by it. Also, on a table in front of me, were other books. And, looking at them carefully, I could see that it was, Counsel on the Diet and Food. And it said, Health, Base, Mind, Character, and Personality. I also saw Volume 1 and Volume 2 there. And it said, Health in Every Direction. Christian Home. It said, Domestic Economy. Patriarchs and Prophets and Kings. I saw there that it said, History, Foundation of Faith. I also saw the Book of Prayer, which said, Workshop of Life. Stewardship, I also saw that book there. And it said, Economy of Life. I also saw the book Faith and Works. And it said, Family Life Industry. I also saw the Truth about Angels. This book said, Real History of Science, of Spiritual Science. I also saw the book Character Building. The Only Thing We'll Take to Heaven, a sign said near it. I also saw the Story of Redemption. And it said, The Real Story, that of Salvation. These were presented to me there, at that table, at one end of it. And at the other end it said, Books of the Teacher. And these were, Child's Guidance, Christian Home, The Education, Words of Life of the Great Teacher, Evangelism, The Voice and its Correct Use, Ministry of Goodness. I also saw, there, at that table, another group. And I saw that it said, Advanced Course, there it said so. There I saw these books, which said, The Desire of Ages, Message for the Youth, Counsel on Health, Christian Service, Ministry of Healing, Selected Messages 1, 2, and 3, I also saw there. Treasure Testimonies, Volume 1, Volume 2 and Volume 3. I saw how some 2 or 3 parents from the entire reunion got closer to that simple table but of great importance. There, they chose from these books according to the age of their children, and took it with them. The others went to the shelves lined with books that surrounded that huge room and chose among all according to the grade of their children. I saw the director saying, "Don't listen anymore, advance." A man got closer to the front to speak and called for reflection on what was said there, but they silenced him with shouts and great contempt. He became very sad and had to move away because they did not want to listen to him, and they threw at him with the books of that table. The scene changed. And I was taken to a camp. It was in the mountains. There I saw parents with their children educating them with the real truth. And all were without stress and happy. Their life of camp was enthusiastically hard-working, and each day ended with great satisfaction and gratitude to the Eternal. They had been deprived of all earthly support and their life was all in that place, but their trust in God and following His instructions prepared them for that hour, for they were very diligent in this. The scene changed. And I saw the city. It was a chaos of violence, shots and sirens everywhere, and I could see, among all the parents that I had seen in the reunion, where the book of books and the spirit of prophecy were exposed, which they rejected. The system took their children away from them, and these parents cried bitterly. They had, according to them, all the benefits, but unhappiness covered them. I was indicated not to tell them anything because they rejected the advice of the real education. The scene changed again, and I no longer saw the city in chaos, and I was told, "Go to yours and tell them that many will sleep at this hour and will wait like this their Lord in the air. Nevertheless, those who remain in faith will be tested to the uttermost. The time is and is coming where only real faith, death to self, will be your only safeguard. The heavenly garner is almost complete, but others are already ready for the final harvest. Be alert because the time is very short. Only those who seek the things of above will be saved." Therein woke up, beloved brothers. And I was given a quote, Colossians, chapter 3 and chapter 4. God grant that we can understand what the Eternal wants to let us know at this hour. Let us advance in His wisdom, and not in the wisdom of men, because certainly the wisdom of God is the one that will prevail in this world and for eternity. May the Lord bless us.